All aboard!
This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 85. Back at it again with that good stuff. This week we talk about how it's possible to live in a place that stinks, how to be odorific, compost, plants, mills, and even farms. Is it worth it? Pelon has a big rant. Chubby brings up the fact that you got to get in the game. If you're going to play ball, you got to get off the bench. This is Pelon and Chubby, episode 85. Doing what we do. Check us out.
Activate.
It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rick Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show. As a big part of my life, and we're going to go live in 3, 2, 1, and we're live.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show. I'm Rick Salas.
And I'm Guy Murray.
And together we're Pelon and Chubby coming to you every Wednesday night around 8 o'clock or so. And we are here because we love y'all.
And we love being here.
And we love doing this and hearing ourselves talk about whatever. And I think it's going to be an entertaining show.
This one's going to be great. I got a feeling
that I just
gonna have a good night. And I got a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
you gotta turn
mackerel.
that volume down. So it's Wednesday. It's been a interesting week, to say the least.
Wow.
How's yours been?
Been great, man.
You've been out on the soccer field?
Look, are my eyes red?
A little bit.
Been staring at monitors for
Not to mention all the grass
about
flying
12.
in the air and stuff.
Oh, and the compost and the.
Oh, you're over there by the
Corazon
smell good, huh?
Yeah. It's fresh. It's muy fresca.
My brother went over there and got some compost. I told him, I said, hey, I don't know if that's a good idea to put in your garden. That's the main source of soil. You know, your. Anyway, he put it in there and pretty much fried everything that he put in there.
It's so strong.
It smelled so bad.
It's so strong.
I think you're supposed to go like
50, not even 50,
not even
like
50,
25.
50.
You got 25, 75.
That was some potent shit.
It's you can tell when they hit the eucalyptus, but when they're burning the other stuff,
Yeah.
ooh wee. And we got people from Washington, Chicago, and they're like trying to get acclimated to it. They're like, oh man, I love the soccer, I love San Diego, I love everything,
Right.
but that smell, good Lord.
When I lived up in Tracy over by the Tracy Mall, the auto mall where we had, I worked at the Tracy Dodge, Jeep Chrysler. That used to be like a dairy town.
Oh, okay,
Right?
and the cows.
Right. So there was a couple left. All of them were pretty much moved out because it's kind of funny. It's like those people that move next to the airport.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't stand the airplanes flying over our head. And we're like, hold on, let's figure out this chain of events here. The airport was built first. And then you drove in to look at this house with your eyes closed, obviously, and earplugs in, and decided to buy this house, despite seeing and feeling an airplane just about landing on your house. So now you choose to complain about the planes, like down San Diego. So you buy a dairy, and then you complain that this place smells like cows. It's like in the summertime, it's 110 degrees. What do you get when you cross cows, milk, and cow shit?
Yeah, you get quite the
Sour
aroma.
milk brewing in the heat.
You get quite the aroma going on there, that's for sure.
And then I used to when I first got there, I was like, jeez, what is that smell? And they're like, the dairy.
Yeah, well,
And
I mean, when you're cruising through Torrance and you get the garlic feels, and it's like, ooh,
Well, that, in Gilroy.
What, Gilroy, that's right. Not Torrance, Gilroy.
So I'm like, and then the more I talked about, the more I seemed like an asshole to everybody that lived there. You know,
you don't smell it. Well, because they're so used to it. They're so acclimated to it. You're like,
I'm like, fuck, I can taste it. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even eat my lunch because my lunch tastes like fucking sour shit cow milk or something.
It does
right?
it does overwhelm the senses, and you're.
And so I'm like, the more I'm there, the longer I'm there, I'm like, oh my God, I can fucking taste it. That smell is just permeating everything. I think my clothes smell, my car smells. I think everything smells like shit. And I'm talking to a customer, and the whole time I'm talking to a customer, my eyes are watering, and I'm like, what is that smell? And then everybody gives me a look like, what a dick.
Dude,
what a dick.
He knows.
Like this town was a dairy town.
Like that? Yeah, why do you gotta act like that?
We're all used to it now. I don't know how you could ever become accustomed to that. It's like driving up the 5 and you go by the Harris Ranch and all those,
right.
I don't know if they're dairy farms or they're just slaughter fucking farms. But you go by there and, you see the cows and you're like, all right, guys, the smell's coming. Why don't you go ahead and roll up the windows and stuff, right? Thinking you're going to keep that smell out. And then as you get closer and closer, like, oh, fuck, it's not that bad. And then you get deep in it and you're like, what is that? Oh, my God. And you're like, I don't remember it being that bad ever. And it is a little bit hotter now this time.
And then,
oh, my God.
July and August out like in Norco.
Is that going to stick? Am I ever going to be able to shower the smell off?
Forget about it.
It's like, what's that, Gustine or whatever the fuck it is? I'm like, oh my God, dude. So I lived up there and sat in that shit every single day.
You sat in that.
I felt like I was literally in a pile of fucking dunk. and then I was like trying to, but I'll never forget that. I don't know what was worse, the smell and the taste or everybody's reaction to me bitching about the cow shit smell and dairy and milk smell.
I think it's mostly your reaction to it because we tend to be... out we cast out those demons. We actually expound upon certain things, and so we get a little frustrated, and we get out there a little vocal, and we don't mean to be hurting anyone's feelings, but you gotta say it.
Am I really offending the value of their home and the decision that they made as a family?
No.
Am I like crushing their hopes and dreams?
No.
It's like, oh my God, somebody's gonna hear it. They're not gonna move out here, and they're not gonna pay all the money for our house. I mean, what is their disappointment with my noticing and pointing out in an obnoxious way the heinous smell that has overtaken my whole cranium?
Right? It's just horrible,
It's oh my God! It's one of those fucking things. It's almost like seeing. You ever seen somebody that is so fucking ugly?
Ooh.
That you're like,
Yeah. It makes you look ugly because you're wincing.
And then you like turn your head and you're like, it like almost hurts to look. Fuck.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy right there.
So I have been, as I've said, dieting, not because I want to, but the alternative is exercise.
Ooh.
And the thought of exercise, like I've said before, exercise is the only thing I've been able to retire from at my age, which I should have probably retired from 2 jobs by now. My stupid uncle, that was very simple. He actually
Uncle Rudy?
The only one I know of that ever drowned in a lake.
Okay.
Right? Not without a boat hitting him or something and knocking him out, right?
Okay.
It was stormy apparently on Lake Elsinore, and a kid fell in the water and he dove in to save the kid. But how stormy has it got to be in a lake, right? There's no waves, there's nothing. Anyway.
A little turbulence.
So he saved the little girl and he died.
He died?
Right.
Oh, no.
In Lake Elsinore. So every time I go over there, I'm like, fuck. But so even my uncle at an early age who couldn't read, not the sharpest tool,
right?
But nice guy, always told me the importance of school's not that important. Well, maybe for you, Unc, it wasn't. Being that reading the book was your biggest challenge. You couldn't read or write. He was illiterate. And nobody even knew it. I guess that's why he started painting cars and planes and shit. Anyway, he told me, you know what? Fuck the whole work thing, man. Or, the school. Don't worry about school. It's really overrated. What you need to do is you need to get with a company, stay with that company, and retire from that company. for 20. You stay there 20 years, whatever,
okay.
and then
Right,
retire.
right. 20 years.
So by now, if I do the math, I would have been almost double retired, coming up pretty soon. Been retired from one and getting ready to retire from my second one.
I can't. I mean, I'm actually contemplating going back to school, get my master's in business.
For what? That was my next point because, okay, look, fine. I retire from 2 different companies, right?
Right.
I have 2 retirement checks coming in, but I'm going to fucking die. I'm done.
I can't take it with me.
I'm done.
It's not willable. The checks go away or whatever.
I know it's noble of me to do it for my kids and my wife that's way younger than me.
But why? Yeah.
But what do I get out of this shit? But satisfaction that I prepared nicely for them.
Yeah, I mean,
because I'm fucking on my way out.
I'm cashing out. Chips out.
So yeah. I mean, it might sound a little selfish.
I have to agree or disagree. I don't know. Just
Is that thing still on?
Yeah. And we're streaming.
Really?
Yeah, it's looking good.
But
it's like planning to be everything that you want, for your family, for your kin, your children, or what have you, for the different reasons. It's just it just makes sense to put the best scenario forward. I can't imagine not preparing. I know they'll be able to write off some of the debt. They'll get rid of with a death certificate. That's about as good as gold to them. With the insurance policy, what little bit's left, but why?
Well, I mean, coming from someone like me where there was absolutely nothing left to us other than a bill to bury my dad, I get it. I understand. Like, I want to prepare for my kids, especially my daughter, because she may never be able to work in her life.
I had a very interesting conversation talking about end of life decisions.
Oh, that's what you do, huh? You're the end of life specialist.
I'm not the end of life specialist, but I help people plan their things.
Hey, do you think you can get a little inside scoop on the if it ever becomes legal, assisted suicide? Because you'll have a built-in clientele.
Assisted suicide is a different piece
just
altogether.
saying,
But yeah,
you'll have a built-in clientele.
All right, so let's go back though. So I'm contemplating getting the paperwork, the masters, and everything. I've managed my businesses. I've maintained a certain level of success, but I haven't really pulled it in. So I'm thinking a formal education, or at least something to back it, will help me bring it all to.
You need the piece of paper that gets you in the door.
No, it would make sense. I mean, I would get the skills from an accredited school on the principles of business management, business.
Do you already have your bachelor's?
I don't have a bachelor's. Oh, I'm going after the master's, man. I'm going after the master's first.
Well, first you got to do the bachelor's.
No, it goes associate, master's. No, associate's, bachelor's, master's.
Right.
So I got to go to bachelor's. I got to do the bachelor's.
Have you even started any? You have any credits yet?
No, I'm going.
Can we get a counselor on the line to please?
I got
6 years of school.
I have an appointment tomorrow and she's telling me 4 years in the master's program.
Well, it's 2 years for a master's, and you got to get your bachelor's. But you can do. I think they're double. Like some of the classes that you would take for a master's program will count as your bachelor stuff, and you don't have to take some of those classes.
Yeah, I'm gonna focus on.
But what do I know?
You've run successful businesses.
Yeah.
And I know businesses come and go.
Yes.
They fall apart. If you don't structure it right, you don't set up the protections, everything. You can file bankruptcy as a business and spin it for protection.
Bill Gates,
Donald Trump. And then you can do tax evasion and not have it affect anybody if you did it right, like Wesley Snipes.
No, but he didn't get away with it, did he?
No, he didn't get away with it.
Right.
He blue collared that one out though. If he had he done all of his dealings and everything under an LLC or other limited trust type of situation, he would have been able to not be directly responsible for all of those earnings. And
don't mess with the feds.
But don't mess with the feds, honestly.
Because they will get theirs.
They're going to get you one way or another. How they get you.
How fast does it go? Like,
that's switching pretty good. It's like lovely, and people are liking it.
Really?
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah. Is it
I'm
doing it
different.
automatically, or are you
Look,
pumping
Mama, I made it.
it? Rick's attempt to sing. How about that? Oh my goodness! It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day once again.
Get your hump on.
So I've been off duty work of my regular job.
Right. How's
so
that
I can
feeling?
do it. Feels weird,
Like a
waking
free
up,
slave?
but no, not as much. So my chains are still. So I had to wake up to a different schedule, and then since I'm doing the double duty or the duty over at El Corazon, El Corazon. It's above the senior citizens complex.
And what is it? What do you do there?
I'm just staring at monitors, recording that soccer, man. That's what's just pulling that double duty. El Corazon. And I think that's the closest I can roll my R. But yeah, no, I'm taking it in. I'm, chatting it up with other videographers, and I'm now pimping him for other work projects. I got a recording gig out of that, being up there, and I also have made some contacts for them. So I'm pimping them out. That's what I'm doing. You go, little brother. You go. Thanks, bro. Thanks, Bob.
Bob?
My brother Bob.
Oh.
Yeah.
You have a brother Bob?
I have a brother Bob.
We got a brother Bob upstairs.
Brother Bob. And we're not talking about his haircut, are we?
No. Where he got that name was from La Bamba, the movie.
Oh,
with
Bob.
Richie Valens.
Yeah.
Remember his brother Bob?
Yeah.
But Richie, I love you.
Little Richie, you call him Bob.
So he's brother Bob,
Okay.
and that's where he got his name from. But now he's been going by Chaka.
Really?
Yeah, remember the old character from Land of the Lost? The
Sleestack. Chaka.
The Sleestack.
Yeah.
Well, not the Sleestack, but the little monkey-looking dude.
Oh,
Right, yeah.
God.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Land of the Lost, and I mean that's Sid and Mary Cross greatest. That's their the best stuff right there.
Yeah, so he's Chaka.
Okay.
So he's been going by Chaka for a while now.
Wow, the Land of the Lost. That's a throwback.
He's got more names than underwear.
He doesn't wear them when he has them.
No, he hates them, man.
He hates underwear.
First thing he does when he comes home is lose underwear.
He goes raw.
Commando.
Commando.
He tries to go to school
Bob.
every day, Commando, but Kathy knows what's going to happen if he goes.
With an itchy butt. Not happening.
And then he's going to be slinging the saucy around. It's funny. Last night, he always likes to fall asleep in the bed. So he's messing around. He says, "Mom, don't touch my private.
She's
like, I wouldn't touch him for nothing.
My
Right. And then he says, and then she says, "There's nothing there anyway." And then he's like, "Oh, so that's what you think?"
Ooh.
Right? How does he know at 5 years old?
No,
right?
machismo.
And he says,
machismo.
He says, "My saucy's there, man." He said, "But that's what you think about it, huh?"
You gotta stop that boy. You gotta stop that boy from watching TV.
Yeah, that there's nothing there. But how does he know it's supposed to be a required size in the first place? That by her saying that it's very small, that he should be offended at 5 years old.
And then it begins. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
I was worried about him getting wood at such an early age. I didn't know you got wood that early.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah?
The blood circulates and the blood flows. Get it right.
That dude wakes up every morning with a hammer.
Is he running Thor's hammer, or is he?
I don't know. I mean, for a little chubby kid. I mean, he's working with a little piece.
Working with a little pizzle.
Yeah.
Nice. I had the success of the comedy dance party, man.
Oh, what happened?
Whew. Everybody's paid. I got some cheddar left over.
It hasn't happened yet?
No, Friday. It was Saturday. It was this past Saturday.
Oh, shit.
And so everybody's been paid. I'm waiting for my money to come from the ticket sales that went through online. But everybody's
on your paper bag.
I'm good, man. I get my money back. I made some ducats, and it was well received. And she's like, "Well, let me know when you want to do another one." I'm like, "When I want to do another one." I get that pushback from the missus. But
so there was a lot of people?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No. Down to the wire, I had to use their door girl, but I didn't mind because $10 tickets.
Right.
Nobody
The only
got it for
problem
free.
with them doing the door, Because they let the regulars in.
Nope, nobody got in for free. I gave them a discount. I said, friend of the show, they can pay $5, but if they're gonna come in, and this party bus came, and they made the decision not to come because it was a comedy show, but she told them that it was a DJ, and they said they'll come back, and they came back, and I still charged them $5 when they came back for the dancing. But yeah, that's how I pulled it off. That's how I pulled it off, man. It was a great show from top to bottom. Cats I ain't never worked with before. The comedians were solid. The crowd loved it. 2 musical
English?
acts. Yeah. So I have to go back to the drawing board on the Spanish show because I lost my hat on that one, but it still felt good because it was a great show.
Right.
People that did come triggering in once I stopped charging at the door, all of a sudden people started showing up. Yeah.
Fuckers were all hiding behind cars, and then did you hear it whistle at some point?
It's kind of funny how that went. Yeah.
As soon as the door stopped,
they sent out that grito.
everybody came.
So yeah, so that one I kind of lost the hat on, but I'm impressed. You know, I did 2 big shows, big productions on my own in 1 month, and
Wow.
everybody say, "Hey, guy, what's happening, man?"
He's graduated to the big leagues.
He's in the big leagues. At least he can stand in the box and take a couple swings. Talk about swinging. How about them Padres, man?
Yeah, I guess Manny's on a little bit of a tear. Huh?
Mr. Machado, he went home to the Baltimore to smack a couple out the field.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball.
He's been hitting good.
I haven't been watching, since I'm working now, like a regular job.
Like a regular job?
I haven't been watching anything.
Aww.
I watch a couple of shows, but by the time I sit down and watch something, it's like 10 o'clock. It's time for bed. I don't make it anymore.
No. Yeah, no. I'm trying to catch up on a couple of things, Netflixing and Amazon Prime and all those. I mean, there's too much stuff actually to watch, so I don't know. I had to let it go. But I don't watch the baseball. I just put it in the background and listen to it.
We're about to ditch the whole DirecTV thing.
Really? Oh, I remember you telling me about that. The deal that.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to cancel it that one time, but then the deal was so nice that I was like, $58. How can you say no, right?
And then you look at the damn real bill.
So, you know what I just found out though? I was like, so I got the deal for $58 and we got HBO. Well, I see a bill on my card and it's from Amazon Prime. And Kathy paid for HBO, Showtime, $14-15 each on Amazon Prime when we already have it on DirecTV. I'm like, are you dense? Right?
Actually, I thought because if you have the Prime and you do the annual, then they give you each of those little Prime premium channels for like $5.99 or $9.99.
That's what no, that's just
14?
the initial price to sign up, right? When
Oh no,
everything's got a catch. Everybody's like,
No,
"Oh, Amazon's
no.
the greatest thing on earth," right? $5.99. No, people. It switches very quickly to $15.99, and then try and get that shit off of your card. You have to close a bank account.
Change the card. Hey, my card was stolen. No, it wasn't. We saw that you signed up for Amazon Prime. We can't break that deal.
You know what? And that's it. Like we were talking about that at work. Like we tell clients all the time that you have to,
you have to pay
voluntarily stop paying your bills, right?
in order
to get their attention and get them to work with you. Well, they say, well, we called my bank and my bank said that they won't stop the payment. I said, tell them it's your motherfucking money. What do you mean you won't stop? Huh? I put my money in here. I am ordering you to stop.
Yeah.
And then so they're like, it won't work. All right, how about this? Go back and call them and say, listen, if you don't stop the payment on that one account, then I'm going to be homeless, living in my car until they repo it. And it's going to be because you didn't stop payment on that one account. Do you want that on your shoulders? Okay, ma'am. That payment will be stopped immediately. All of a sudden, it's like, yeah, it's going to create a hardship in my life.
Yeah.
I can't afford it.
Pleading a hardship or trying to negotiate a better payment plan with most debt. I don't want to call them debtors, but most creditors. For life essential things, though, that gets kind of tough.
Yeah, but I mean,
tough.
and I always tell them, is this line recorded? Can you hear me okay? Should I speak up a little bit?
Let me get this clear. Yeah.
So if you require me to keep making this payment, then I'm going to end up in the street and homeless in another statistic. Mm-hmm. So would you kindly work with me on this payment plan?
Yeah. Yep. I feel it. I took out a loan 3 years ago to get some education on how to buy houses. Took off on a trip to go to Detroit. Mm-hmm. I'm just now finishing paying off that loan.
Who was the loan with?
It was like net credit. It was an unsecured line.
Right. I can get rid of that.
So I just finished paying it off, man. I was like,
is it on your credit report?
No, it's not. Ridiculously, it's not.
Yeah, they don't sometimes.
We
can get rid of those as long as it's unsecured.
It's a signature loan. It was just, it was 35%. I'm done now, but it's like,
dude, some of those are
116, 112, yeah.
300, 600%.
Not even cool. Yeah, I mean, the payday loans are 200, 210 at minimum.
So somebody borrows $1,000, they're going to pay back $4,600.
Don't make no sense.
What in the fuck is that?
That don't make no sense.
Did you close your eyes during that part of the fucking signing process?
No, it's just
I don't think you need the money that bad. I'd rather run in a grocery store, fill up a bag of shit, and then run. Because
if all else fails, I don't get one meal. I'll definitely get three meals in a cot.
Now, I'm not promoting, fucking robbing the place, but I'll tell you what. Before you get robbed, your bank account gets robbed at 600% interest. You better go rob something.
It is interesting. And so I revert back to some of my FYI and my credit repair customers, and I look at where they're at now. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you haven't changed. You haven't changed. None of your habits have changed. You haven't done anything differently. Man, I just got a big bump in my credit score. I closed some accounts with that one being done. So I'm kind of like feeling like I got some extra money,
Oh, it's itching?
It's not yet.
The debt bug is crawling up your ass?
No, but I was on like for the comedy show, I was actually using some of the paid tickets, using some of that cash to buy some props and stuff. And I was like, I better not do that.
Props, huh?
I bought an outfit. Mm-hmm. There's pictures posted on my social on The Funny Guy. I haven't posted on my website yet, but I'm sitting there in a top to bottom sweatsuit that I found on Amazon when I was looking for parachute pants. And parachute pants, these were not, but they had the
hammer?
Yeah, no, those are
reverse.
Those are called genie pants.
Yeah.
But the parachute pants, I don't know if you remember the old parachute pants with like 4 or 5 different zippers, and it's the parachute material.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any of those, but this company called Retro whatever. But this particular sweatsuit looked like the old Pixie water cups. With the aqua and the little purple.
Yeah.
So that's what I was wearing part of the show. I came out dressed in, a jacket like a normal host would, hat turned sideways, let them know it's a little. But, it's like, but when I came out in the damn water cup jumpsuit with a little chain around my neck, hat turned sideways, I looked thuggish, ruggish, bone. Yeah. Did
all the white people run for the exits?
They were clutching their pearls, grabbing their purses. It was a grip. It was fun. It was a good time. But it's like I can't imagine what I look like. As a person that don't know me, I'm like this nigga right here.
What's crazy is I told you before that I booked some comics that were from Oakland.
Yeah.
And it was for a predominantly white neighborhood show. And I was like, being the racist fuck that I am.
Yes, sir.
I was like, yeah, bro, there's no way. And there's no way I could book you for the show. It's impossible.
Not happening.
I don't want to scare the fuck out of these white people. Not to mention, I don't think you're allowed in that neighborhood in the first place. So, and then for some reason, I got a crazy bone.
To just see what happens.
And I was like, you know what?
Fuck it.
fuck it.
Let's do it. Let's let it ride.
Let's see what happens. Bro, they got the nicest reception, the standing ovation. People loved it. And I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if it's that, for lack of a better explanation, that how can I say this most politely?
Go ahead, man. Spit it out.
Maybe it was kind of like that zoo effect.
Oh, wow.
Where they were entertained.
Okay.
Like the white people paid a bunch of money to see homie run up and down the court. You know what I mean? It's like,
oh, Lord.
Everybody's
got a 30-foot jumper, and this brother was definitely running.
Let me, what is that called? The tap dance for the people?
I'm shuffling and jiving.
Yeah.
Shucking and jiving.
Shucking and jiving. Let me dance for the motherfuckers.
Oh, man.
I don't know if it was kind of that kind of thing. Like, okay, we're not exposed to this on an everyday, so this is kind of interesting to see.
Okay. And so there was also, it's rookies. So
Get them.
the top ring, you can't get them to turn them TVs off.
Oh, no.
They had them down.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, so there was a table that wouldn't shut up
Because they're
until
important people.
They were nobodies.
No, but
Nobodies.
they think so.
Yeah.
I call them the super cools.
Till like my feature and then my headliner. Oh my God. Tore them up.
Yeah.
Tore them up. But had them rolling. They were laughing. They were engaged. They were throughout the they popped in and
Who did you have?
So I had
Now you got me interested.
I had Jacob Blazer.
Before I didn't even give a shit.
You don't know.
How do you know? I don't know.
You don't know Jacob Blazer.
Where's he from?
From Colton.
Colton, California?
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Colton.
Jacob
Blazer.
Okay.
I had Jimmy Dave Maniz.
Okay.
I had Tyrone Thomas.
Is he related to D's Nuts?
Rachel D. Rachel D. From L.A. She came through. Kirsten Freed from Chula Vista.
Fuck, would you have like 15 on there?
No, I only had 8.
Oh, only 8.
Well, 7.
All right.
Not counting myself.
All right.
And Kyle Irby from Criminal Minds.
Was he on the setup crew?
No, he was on the show.
No, I'm saying.
No, he's on the show. He's on Criminal Minds.
Okay. On
He's
an
a very
episode
funny,
or
no? He's a
recurring.
He's a regular. He's a regular. So he's a very good comic.
How'd this happen? How much do you? Huh? We're not going to discuss payment on the show, but
Yeah, well, you got credits and you're trying to do comments, and so you use all that to get different jobs and bids.
Right, right.
He's on lots of podcasts. He's got a really good one. Him and Kyle.
Yeah, so I mean, what was your budget like? A lot.
I had him do a 25-minute spot.
But I'm saying your overall budget.
My budget, I didn't really base it off of anything, especially with my headliner. I was like, I can get Carly for a good price, like we did with the series, because she loves working with me and she gives me those favors. So if I can keep anybody under that, I structured it. It's like 35, 50, 70, So you got to take care of your people.
Do you know those rookie shows that we had before? What neighborhood those were in? Budget
For
wise?
you wise? Hey, thanks, James Hancock. I'm not sure why that sound is distorted. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, thanks for that one, buddy.
Let's fix that.
Because I'm in my head and I'm on my recording, so I know I sound good here, but
We need to plug into, let's see,
no, we can't.
headphone
I don't
here,
wanna,
but no. I'm not saying plug into that. I'm just saying like.
Okay, because I don't want to mess that thing
No,
up.
no,
We're
we're
streaming good and it's switching and it's looking
Right,
kind
I
of
just
cool.
need to.
Looking buttery.
So, it's that's why.
What?
That's too high. It's going in the red right there.
Distorted. Huh.
Right there.
All right. Thank you for that, James Hancock. James
Ask him
Hancock III is like the bomb, man.
Ask him if that's any better.
Is that better? Give me a thumbs up or a like or a comment there. We want to make sure that that's
Because I
coming
took
in
it out
good.
of the red.
Okay. Yeah, no, that. Wow.
Hello, hello, hello.
Test
Go
2,
like
3,
that.
4.
Right there, right there, right there, right there. Hello.
Yeah,
Check,
just don't
check,
hit
check.
them. Just don't hit them too high, and we
Right there, right there.
won't be
Check,
distorted.
check. Should be fine now. What do we got?
What do we got? What do we like?
Yes?
There. That's better.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dang, why didn't you pick that up on the first? This is our first run with the Mevo studio. We'll be adding graphics and be using this one on
Check.
dual channels. So hopefully, no, don't change it now. He said it was good.
No,
leave it be.
You were getting a little hot.
There you go. Thanks, brother.
Right.
And this young man, he's pretty impressive. He's been on the scene in San Diego for a short minute and got his feet wet and got himself deep and actually headlined a couple shows. And it's pretty sharp. I'd love to come rock with him, or at least have him on one of my shows as a feature or even a headliner.
Right.
But
You can come into the show anytime here.
Hey, you're more than welcome to
Promote
be a friend of the
your-
show. You can come
promote
up
your
there and
stuff.
do your thing, man. Yeah, no, I haven't seen him any mics lately, but I know he's been on a couple of shows. So you can always swing through if you're ever in North County. Just swing through. We'll give you the deets, and you can come on down.
That's why I don't understand why more comics aren't coming on here. I mean, I know I haven't been the nicest, but fuck, at least come in and promote your shit. And you know
It's a
what?
platform.
When people come in here, I don't roast them.
No, we have a good time. We have a nice little conversation.
I'm respectable.
Respect bull. I like that. That he's just drawing out. He's full of bull. I like it.
But at least you can promote your shit.
Yeah, no, that's always, whenever you get the opportunity to do whatever platform, always do it. So actually, 2 weeks, man, we got 4th of July coming. It's already summer. We finally got a first piece of sun today while I was up there, because it was cold first thing in the morning. The marine layer's not moving out, and it was just horrible. But I got people from Massachusetts saying, this is warm compared to what they have even at this time of the year there.
For what, they're not warmed up yet?
Not really.
Jeez.
She said they said it was hot. I was like, y'all tripping. I'm cold. I'm old, but I'm cold.
I wouldn't say it's cold. I mean,
will,
It might
dude.
be a little gloom,
Yeah,
but I
no.
wouldn't say it's really cold.
Yeah, no. And we talked about this last time. Are you going to the fair?
I think I'm going to go Sunday.
I'm going to go Sunday. Let's go Sunday.
Yeah?
A little big family thing. I got some extra passes.
I know,
So,
but are we going to have any blow-ups? I mean, we're good? Are we good?
why you got to do that, man?
No, I'm just saying, like-
I think we can go and have a good time. Find some.
I know you're bound to return something if we have some food or something, like send it back to the cook, whatever.
No, I don't do that. I don't show out.
No, but I mean, is the old lady cool? Is she not going to blow up? Is she, huh?
She go to get her little walk on, see a couple of things,
Because her and Kathy seem to hit it off all right.
Yeah, we should plan it. Yeah, we
mean,
should.
they got along.
No,
right?
yeah, no,
Or was she just bullshitting when she got home? She's like, "Fuck
Hey.
that bitch." I don't know.
she bought a car from her.
But it don't matter. I mean, fuck, I buy shit from people I don't like.
I don't like
Fuck, I go to 7-Eleven and still buy from
because
that
I
motherfucker.
needed that motherfucker, right? Yeah, you and your vape pens. I get you.
I don't do any of that no more. I have very few vices anymore.
No, see, the problem is I think it's just being out. So once she gets done, she's done. So she would go and she'd have a good time. She showed up for my show late, as she usually does, but she was just checking everything out. She was like, "Man, you're doing that for these people?" And I'm like, "Why are you so judgmental? You didn't see the whole show. You didn't see my opener. I had an open gig with 2 backup dancers. I promoted my Battle of the Sexes. I chose my platform. From top to bottom, the show was a hit. Adam Love showed up.
Yeah. And did you plug the Pelon and Chubby show?
I plugged the Pelon and Chubby
Once.
show, man. Hot.
We gotta order some more cards.
As
too.
a host, that's what I do.
We're
I don't play.
we're just about out of cards.
We will
But
definitely
need
have
to
them
change
hooked
them
up.
a little bit.
We'll change them and put the freaking website on.
Yeah.
Dag
Oh, the
nabbit.
website is the hosting's
Where?
done.
Where? Okay.
No, I'm saying the hosting's done. I paid for it
Here we go.
again
Here we go.
So it's
you
all
re-upped
set.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
because it was already due. I didn't know that.
All right. So talk about some pictures. Talk about
$12.50.
My God, you put it deep. You put bucks on it, baby.
$12.50.
That's
all
not
it
the,
costs for
That's
a
not the domain.
name.
That's
Yeah.
that's the domain. But no, you don't have hosting.
No, the
anymore.
hosting's $150 for the year or whatever.
Buck up and just get
It's
it. man.
done. We already have it. We're already paying for it.
All right, so we'll just design the website and get it done. Then I ain't done. I ain't playing with you.
Yeah, so we just got to go on there and do it.
All right, cool. We're
And
gonna
then
do.
I got to have John
Don't talk about those pictures anymore. I'm sick and tired of that.
send the pictures over.
Whatever.
But all we need is yours on there.
Yeah, I mean, you and me.
Yeah.
Because the show is just the two bros. It's Pelon
I'll tell you
and
what,
Chubby.
I think I like it better, man.
Wait, you know what?
I'm not going to say nothing, where they can hear it.
No, it created its role
I mean,
when it was.
It was what it was.
Yeah, it was what it was.
It was what it was.
Helped us be a better monster, the two-headed beast.
I think we're going to
we are.
introduce. I think we do need though.
No, don't say it.
What?
Don't say it.
You don't think?
We need. We just got the Mevo. We barely
No.
We need.
I mean, we got to get a new board for sure because
No, I think the board's fine.
no, we can't hook up USB
I don't give
to
a
it.
shit about the sound.
No, we do need to.
The sound that's recording the
You
line.
can record and send it to Mevo at the same time.
Man, you stop playing.
So we just need to get the correct board.
Stop playing.
And you can use that board and plug another mini board into that board.
Timothy Roberts, what's up, brother?
Right?
Well,
You can?
there's ways. We'll set it up right. We'll set it right. We'll do graphics and we'll do all that stuff and everything.
Yeah.
You know, we just got it. Set
I
up.
think we can put graphics across the bottom that has the Pelon and Chubby on that.
We can do all that.
Yeah, overlay.
Yeah, we can do all of
Is that
that.
what it's called?
Yeah. Dino Cabino's
I'm learning.
yeah.
Kids learning.
Yeah, well, you with your limited time with your real job. I do
I'll tell
do
you
so
what.
much in my after time than you do in your regular time.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay.
Let me put an award up on the wall.
Let me put another word up
Right behind
here.
you.
Pelon and Chubby. Ding, 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 ding. The man.
The man that gets shit done.
I get it done.
Well, there's a possibility.
What you talking?
So Kathy started over here at Norm Reeves. She finally left.
Norm Reed's Cadillac?
No.
Oh, okay.
So she finally left Hohen.
Okay.
Sunday was her last day at Hohen.
She stopped hoeing.
Yeah, she was Hohen for about 10 years. No, she stopped over at Hohen Sunday, and that was a hard move. But she got passed up too many times, and honestly, I think she got passed up because she's a woman. And for me
she's
to
a
say
woman.
something like that, it's like a fucking stretch
Wow.
for me to say something like that.
Wow.
But I honestly believe her on this. For many years, I was like, you're full of shit. Fuck off. You're too sensitive. But no, I really believe it now that maybe she was. Maybe the GM there was afraid to put women in certain positions. Well, that sounds interesting.
That sounds interesting.
But
He don't want any.
well, it's because he's gay. But
He doesn't want any above him.
Oh, so
Plus, he's gay. I like that. Plus, he's gay.
right, if that matters. All right, so so she started at Norm Reeves, the Norm Reeves Honda Superstore here in Vista that's opening up July 1st, I believe.
What is
It's
that?
the Norm Reeves Honda Superstore here in
Oh,
Vista.
Honda.
It takes up like a quarter of
Oh, yeah,
Vista.
that whole-
Have you seen it?
That whole strip there. The church is trembling.
Right.
It's like, please don't take us
Yeah,
over.
It's right next to right across the street from the Ford store.
Yep.
But she started there on Monday, and man, she's excited about it. I think it's going to be great. She's like, I think I'm going to make so much money there that you could probably stop working.
Oh,
just
don't give him that kind of leash.
Work on the show.
Oh,
and,
nice.
And take care of the kids.
Right arm.
Right arm.
So,
But I don't know if I want that responsibility. I don't know if I want to be a kept man like that.
ooh,
I don't know.
want to bring home the bacon.
I don't know if I want to be like laying at home all comfortable,
Sure,
doing the
shit,
dishes, taking care of the kids, and then be like,
as soon as she gives you the
fuck me now.
As soon
And
as
I'm
she
like,
gives you the green light, as
Yeah, I
long as you
got a
don't
headache.
snap on the kids and
I got a headache and I'm a little tired right now.
green
you
light,
know.
then you're gonna hire a nanny.
And then be because she pays all the bills and
You're
shit
gonna hire a nanny.
that I gotta service her. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
I'm like obligated.
You're signing your death wish right there.
I don't know if I want to
scared.
commit to
You
something
scared?
like that.
You scared?
I'm a little
Just
bit
say you're
scared.
scared.
I'm
Okay.
scared.
I'm scared.
scared.
I'm scared.
I don't know if I
my
want that
God.
kind of commitment.
Hey, so seriously though, gosh, this has been great, and it's hard to believe it's June, so it'll be almost 2 years.
Oh yeah. When did we start?
When did we start? So you put out your little Pedley post in August.
Right.
September
September was the first time.
Right.
So this September will be 2 years.
2 años, dos muchachos, dos amigos, 2 years. Aquí estamos para que
we missed a couple weeks here and there, but for the most part, we've been pretty consistent.
Pretty consistent.
Every
No
Wednesday.
fire.
And I mean, I know I've had other invites to do stuff as far as, on Wednesday nights, but I'm like, I got to do the show.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Do the show.
July 12th. I'm doing something else. So
What?
I'm going to go down to the palace and do that Throne of Jokes with Benji.
So I got to get a fill-ins.
Got to get a fill-in spot, or I can pre-record my segment. Be it yes, yep. No, ain't you bullshitting, Rick? That's what I'm gonna be, a sound bite, man. I'll be the color commentator. I'll just go ahead and pre-record my parts, or dial it in.
I just gotta press a button and be like, yeah.
Show you right. You know what I do on the show.
That'll be way different.
That would be.
Yeah.
We were talking about having sound effects and shit like that, and da 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 da. That's why we had music, and we had Jay at one time. So, no, we didn't want to do that. And then we haven't plugged any beers, anything like that. So I'm going back some of the old episodes and the recordings. Still making my promo packs. We can go after some.
We can definitely get some sponsors. We just have to. I just don't know if I feel right about doing it until we have the audio and video all straightened out.
Still, what we have done in the 2 years,
right,
or in our little bit of time,
right,
we've accumulated and have quite a following.
We did who to what?
Accumulated.
All right.
You just made me use a big word, and I used it perfectly. Then you questioned it. Now I can't repeat it.
Right. It was more
That's
the pronunciation
horrible.
than the
Pronunciation. That's the game. Walter Hardison out in Japan, my man. Big planner. Yes, sir.
What?
I know. Walt Hardison might be a sponsor.
I'll tell you what, the video is nice.
You like bragging on your little
No,
toy,
but I'm
though.
just saying.
No, it's great.
I think it came out all right.
Oh, snap. Greg Padgett's in the house.
That's
my peeps all popping in. All of them joining on the watch party. That's what's up.
Let's get... wow, it zoomed in and out. Did you see that?
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, no. Don't do that. That's scary.
Well, that's a little too much.
Don't play with all those effects, man. They're going to scare off the squares. They're going to get a little scared and they won't come back.
There's been a lot of NBA news with the NBA awards the other night. Do you see Shaq?
Oh, God.
Shaqtin' a Fool. If anybody should get the Shaqtin' a Fool award, he should give it to himself for hosting the NBA awards.
That's some yeah.
I mean, he did it all right. I mean, they said, oh, he dropped a little thing on, Drake, calling him the Raptors mascot, which was, whatever.
That was probably written for him because he couldn't come with his own jokes.
And then you seen MVP of the league, the Greek Freak.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's fine. I'm just glad they didn't give it to Harden. Because that motherfucker does not deserve any accolades for that shit kind of basketball that he plays. He really does not deserve anything.
That's a tall talk there.
Do not reward him for that bullshit.
That is some tall talk there right there.
I would have rather seen who else was up for it.
Jill Bolte or
right, the Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak.
Harden.
And Harden. That was it.
No, there was one more.
Was there a third?
Yeah, there was a third.
Jesus. Must have been a gimme because they were just saying.
But then do you hear him afterwards? I didn't feel so bad him getting it afterwards. I was like, you know what? A lot of crying and shit. But, it means a lot, though. You see the old videos of how he wanted to be an NBA star and,
I want to be a basketball player.
He didn't.
I don't think he's that. I mean, he's not in the league. He's not. I mean, as anyone's performance, anyone's actual tenure doesn't pick up his team and carries them. He doesn't make up the makeup of a MVP.
One thing to kind of remember, man, and people forget it.
I miss the popularity thing.
The NBA, the NFL, and MLB are businesses. So don't act like it's all like, oh my God, it's not organic, it's not genuine. If they're trying to build a storyline to sell more tickets, to create more followers on TV broadcasts,
oh yeah, easily.
Do you think they're not above creating a storyline?
Mm-hmm.
They're not above creating how games end.
I don't know.
How the season ends.
I stopped taking NFL serious when I read the back of my ticket in 2005. It says this purchase and this is for entertainment value only. I was like, God damn it, I am being entertained.
Right. So it don't get all weirded out when you're like, oh, fine.
He dropped the ball.
That seems like too much of a, like the Patriots winning last year. Okay. They barely made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. No, I know where you're going
They
with that.
won the Super Bowl.
I know where you're going with that, man.
McVay, maybe he's not a good actor. They came to him and said, in round 6, you're going to take a dive. It's okay. The kid's young. He's not a good actor. So he puts Gurley on the sideline for no fucking reason. And then they fucking throw the game.
Yeah, no.
Do you don't think that is for the fucking storyline finish?
The Vikings, that freaking ridiculous call.
You don't think things... And I'm not the conspiracy theorist. I got a good friend that is. But I'm not. And so for me to buy into that the NFL could be like the WWE...
Oh, that's so tasty.
It's really hard for me to accept. But the more that I see shit happen where we take a 40-year-old quarterback that marries a supermodel and allow him to steal the Super Bowl away from a far superior team. Come on, man. From the great philosopher Keyshawn Johnson.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
Let's do a little better cover up than that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things in the season that just started guiding towards that.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the Patriots somehow came back and had that Cinderella story finish where Tom Brady leads them to the championship?
Yep.
Come on, man. Are we that fucking... Do we look that dumb?
Eleanor Ripas
Really?
in the house,
Do
or
we-
at
do-
least swinging
are
through.
we
What's
that-
up,
are we-
Eleanor?
Are we that fucking suspect where you can throw that kind of shit on us like that?
No, we're not gonna take it. Oh no, we ain't gonna take it.
But we do.
But
And
we take it.
The next season, we watch like fucking sheep. We watch it, and we know that something stupid's going to happen again. And
I mean, for the most part, I've maintained because I got
I don't
rid of
want to
cable.
accept it.
I don't have to accept it, but like, I'm boycotting. I haven't watched the game. The only game I watched was that free freaking
How good is it?
Charger Kansas City game.
How good
that was
is
on
it?
Amazon Prime.
How good is it
That's the only football I watched last season.
that Toronto wins the NBA championship when they're trying to expand the NBA into other countries and they felt that the Warriors dynasty wasn't good for basketball in a whole, that it would make it kind of a boring league. And how about the underdog Toronto Raptors coming out of nowhere and stealing the championship?
Dun dun dun.
What kind of storyline is that?
That's a crazy, unfathomable. It's unfathomable.
Can't believe it.
You can't
Why the
believe
fuck can't you believe it? If it's fucking set up, why can't you believe it? Are you that fucking dense that you can't see what's going on? That everybody magically gets hurt, and then all of a sudden it's just Curry versus the mighty Toronto Raptors? Are you fucking kidding me? That Kawhi Leonard could even fucking hold a glass to any of these other fucking players? Are you fucking serious? Whatever, man. Look, man.
He's getting worked up.
Kawhi Leonard doesn't even make a fucking top 10 list.
He
doesn't.
He was graded an SD, but come on, man.
He
This is
doesn't
not-
make a fucking top 10 list.
In what? In 2 years?
Come on, man.
No.
The
And
guy
now he's-
fucking disappears. Just like Westbrook disappears. Just like
Boom.
Harden disappears.
Boom.
Come on, man. And these are people that we fucking pick as the league MVPs. Who the fuck are we? What are we thinking? What do we know?
That popularity, man.
I don't get it. You can fucking say that's your team, that's your guy, that's fine. I love homers.
MVP.
I don't like people that bounce around and pick different teams and all that shit. Stick with your team, stick with your guy. That's fine.
Most valuable
But
penis.
just know that the only reason that
He's a dick.
you think he is what he is because he's on your team.
Talk about teams and crazy people. What about J-Lo
What?
and A-Rod?
What about that? The mega.
They not going to get married. That's not going to happen.
What are they? They're still together, right?
It's not going to happen.
No, but I'm saying, are they still together?
No.
Then why not?
Hey.
Why not? Dude, would you ever thought that she would have married that motherfucker that looks like a rat?
No, I wouldn't have done
Mark
that.
Anthony?
Yeah.
Would you ever think that?
No,
ever?
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah. But, she wasn't all that forever, right?
Yeah,
if you remember, she was on fucking...
she was on In Living Color, the backup dancer.
Right.
Yeah, no.
So
was Rosie Perez, but
right.
you see where that story
God,
went.
I love Rosie Perez.
Everybody loves Rosie. There's nothing wrong with that. So here's the thing, though. Okay, so now we got a little Kendall Kardashian and
What?
A-Rod. And
Oh, my
she
God.
said A-Rod's been cheating and talking and chatting and
Forget
talking
Kendall.
to women.
Kendall's a tall, skinny one, right?
Yeah.
She's heinous. Right. But
This love affair.
But the little one,
Oh,
Kylie,
yeah.
she's banging. I didn't realize it.
She's just thick.
huh?
She's got some meat on her rails. That's all.
Wow.
She's got meat on her rails.
She's like a little mini,
But
good-looking
they
Kim.
They all dense. They all
Right.
dense.
Well, there was nothing. Well, fuck. When
So
you
J-Lo being as smart as she
Okay.
is and as business-minded as she is, she knows she shouldn't be messing with A-Rod. And then this whole thing with
So did she kick him to the
Kendall.
curb?
they might as well just say that it's not going to happen. Just might as well stop teasing and playing with people's emotions. She's too smart for it. He's too dumb. And no.
You know what? I mean,
And it didn't take a Kardashian to derail him. He would have got caught up in some of his other shit.
But can you have two superpowers like that hook up? Because you got
It
nobody
doesn't
who's
work.
running the show.
It doesn't. Well, J-Lo would obviously because
Well,
again,
do you
A-Rod
think
is
that
dumb.
Right? Is he?
He's dumb.
I told you I seen him in the Bahamas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, playing blackjack or some shit. Motherfucker's big.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I didn't realize he was that big, but he's a big boy.
But again, he is dumb.
I don't know. I don't know why any of these people ever get married. Why?
Some of the show.
Because they're so busy for one, and then they're not going to be faithful. The next movie that they're in with somebody, like look at Lady Gaga and what's it called? We were watching the award show, and they were both on there singing it and shit, and they're accepting the Academy Award and shit. And I told Kathy, I said, look,
Watch.
look at the way Gaga is looking at him. There is going to be a problem. Because that looked like the fucking praying mantis that wants to bite the head off of the fucking male.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I mean, it was that look like, I'm going to eat you.
I'm going to eat your children and everything.
Oh, my
else.
God. She had that look, like that fucking psychotic look. Yeah. So I knew there was going to be trouble in paradise for sure.
So, I mean, there must be something. I mean, if you go back to, I ain't going to wish nothing bad on my girl. I mean, she's doing good. Gwen Stefani. But she's with, but she's now with Blake Shelton, and
But you know what? He's a good old boy, man.
he's a good old boy.
He's not going nowhere.
Clean, honest, and
Everything
fun.
happens with that relationship
I'll be mad.
because Gwen.
Are you gonna be mad? Are you gonna be mad though?
No, I won't care. It's not going to be because of Blake.
No, it'll be because of Gwen. Yeah, it's good. You're straight.
It won't be because of Blake. It'll be. How did that happen? We got ghosts.
Don't say that. Now I'm out. Peace.
Look, like I don't know. I think Miranda. I think she cheated on him, and that's why that happened like that. And that's why I think he's drinking so much, right? But I don't think if Gwen and Blake ever split up, it'd be because of Blake.
Okay, I'll give that some credence. That might have
I
some.
believe he's a good old boy.
That might have some value. Yeah.
Like he believes in all that shit.
Yeah.
And he don't seem like the wandering eye type. And I don't know why, just because we're doing this segment here, that
He all of a sudden picked up a
Now got me a country
little
twang.
twang going on there. I did notice it. I picked up on it. Oh,
I'm
God.
telling you, that Blake Shelton boy,
That
he's
Blake
something
Shelton
special.
boy, he's something special. He's wholesome. He's wholesome until he's the truth. He's the truth.
And I just hope that young lady don't steer him wrong somewhere down the path here.
Because God's my witness.
Because I will whoop that
A whooper.
youngster.
Oh my God, what are we doing, man? We just get on a good tangent. This was good too.
So I was reading, and I don't know if you know anything about it,
You can read?
but yes,
That's okay. There's you go.
I was reading about that dad and daughter that drowned on the border, trying to cross the border.
Oh yeah, that hurts.
Which I'm not really understanding because unless somebody's shooting at me, but if I don't know how to swim in the first place, I'm not getting in that motherfucking river.
I take a pass. I can kick my legs for a good 3 minutes, but I don't know no swimming.
So how did that happen?
Wow.
So let me, okay, that's a good conversation right there. Because I've been swimming since I was probably about 3 years old. And I spent my summers down at the Seaside Lagoon in Redondo Beach.
Okay.
And so I, at an early age, was a pretty darn good swimmer. But there's always that stereotype of black folks not skiing or swimming.
Yeah, no.
So what's your swimming capability?
I like a rock. A denser mass muscle.
So why is that?
Denser mass muscle. We're not very buoyant.
Do you really believe that?
How many black members do you know on the U.S. swim team?
Well, I'm just saying though.
Internationally, how many black swimmers?
No, but I can't believe it that you guys are the heavier bone and all that shit. I'm not buying that bullshit. Why is it that because it's not many households have pools or the opportunity to go spend time in pools, or it's not that important to get into swim lessons?
So we're gonna dive into it.
I'm just asking.
You're dodging the whole genetics thing that I just told you.
No, I'm not buying that.
You're not
shit.
buying that?
Because technically,
Everybody.
there's no such thing as being big boned. Everybody's
I didn't say
bones
big
are the
bone.
same.
I said we have a denser muscle mass than other ethnic groups.
But I don't think that is going to keep you from being able to swim.
Coordination, we can keep a beat, but yeah, you see any swimmers? Yeah, how many? Okay, I know 3.
So what is the story with skiing?
What, water skiing or
No, I'm talking about snow skiing.
I know 3 gold medalists that are black.
Really? In skiing?
They ski.
How the fuck did I miss
Well, not
that?
gold. I mean, well, they're medalists. They're Olympic, and so they're on the Olympic team.
Special
They're
Olympics don't
black.
count, right?
Stop it. Stop it. Switch that scene. Anyway, no, but it's just in competition or something that we got to have our full focus on. Nah, it's not happening. You got to be a real special one. You got to be a real special one to be able to remember that focus and keep that all in chain while you're swimming and stroking.
And so what about the eating pussy part?
Eating pussy or eating ass?
Hey, no, but since we're getting into this, what blacks don't do,
No, they
let's continue the list.
they eat pussy and they
Is
eat
it-
ass.
is it pure-
They eat,
no,
they
but I'm
eat
just-
pussy and they eat ass. It's not a taboo.
But
It's not amongst their people.
You know what? It's been said
I
many
eat your
times.
booty like groceries.
What?
No, I eat your booty like groceries. They eating ass now, dude. They just don't.
So look, it's not been said by me alone.
Come on,
but it's
man.
been common knowledge that.
No, it's not common knowledge.
but
That's a stereotype.
But black men don't eat pussy.
Oh, you know some Chinese women,
No, I'm just saying
Mexican women.
that black men don't eat pussy. Is there any truth to that?
No, that's a damn lie.
That's a lie,
That's
straight
a
out lie.
Damn lie. We don't like the smell. We might don't like the yell we get, but we have to spend time. So we more master the gash, but you know it's not in our makeup. It's not in our makeup. So you don't think, but no, we do.
So you're gonna go on record as
I'm
saying
gonna say brothers like the butter.
right. So you're gonna go on record as saying that is a
Give
myth.
the motherfucker some hot sauce and he's
That
eating
is
it. We did the toes. We'll go from the rooter to the tutor, man. We'll go all the way. Like how you do a pig from the rooter to the tutor, like John.
So if you're out there and you're watching the show, this is Pelon and Chubby show
What
here
is
every
going on?
Wednesday.
Yes, what's up,
Send in
people?
your comments. Right now we're on the the topic of what black men don't do.
What we don't do.
So apparently they don't swim well. They don't ski.
We don't ski.
But they do eat pussy. So that we did find.
Take that off the list.
We did find a fabrication.
Where did I didn't know that was.
I think it's just
knowledge.
strictly selfish, right?
No,
like they get the dick sucked and they're like, you know what, bitch, I ain't gonna do nothing.
I'm done.
I'm good.
I gotta go.
I'm good.
No,
no. Reciprocating.
It's not. It's.
I'll pass.
No.
You can suck it. I'll fuck you, but you ain't getting nothing else.
Got to go.
Right, got to go. I got
yeah,
shit to do.
I ain't never heard that.
I'm a businessman.
I've never heard that as a stereotype or any connotation against the brothers because.
You know, I always said a long time ago, and you've heard my little spiel on the whole deal about stereotypes. But I said, you know, a lot of people cry about all the stereotypes,
but they're true.
Well, for the most part, they are. But like a lot of people complain about the stereotypes, like the watermelon, the chicken, that kind of shit, right? But the one I wouldn't complain about if I was black would be like if that white chick's parked at the crosswalk and you're walking across the street and she's looking at you and the only thing that she can think of is what incredibly large cock you have. That's not a bad stereotype.
That's not a bad stereotype.
I'll take that one.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I got a couple of bits that just drive on the ambiguous black joke or the hung like a mule type of thing.
Right.
How would I be able to put my pants on if I had 3 legs?
Right.
You know, type of stuff like that.
You wonder though.
You wonder
how true it is.
There's some truth to it. I mean, there's a lot of.
I've watched enough.
I've seen enough
interracial porn to know that it's.
I don't have to report on
accurate.
it. I don't have to report on it. I ain't bragging.
I am. Like a lot of people for years and years, and I'm like, you must, you know, to get a younger wife, you know, a decent looking wife. Like, how did you pull it off? What'd you do? You must have a lot of money. I said, no, actually, I did at one point make decent money, right? But if you ask her, she'll tell you he's got a big dick.
That's what she'll tell you. Because she's Chinese and she's got a little pussy. Because she's Chinese and got a little pussy. So there you go. She's not Chinese. She'll kill me. She'll kill me for saying that.
But yeah, that's, you know.
Chinese women got little pussy. They sideways.
Oh, boy. Now we're getting very deep into the stereotypes.
Is that one? Have you heard that one, though?
I have heard that. I don't know where that came
sideways,
from. Because of the eyes?
The eyes. Sideways. Why? What's a sideways vagina look like? What's a sideways vagina going to look like?
Dude, that's like...
if I saw a sideways vagina, man, I'd be like, oh, no, my gosh, no, it's true.
That's like such
all it takes is one, and I'll be like, oh, my God, they all do. You know?
But that's such a lame joke. You
it's
know, when you think about it? How that stereotype came about is not even creative.
No, but I mean... it is creative because now you wonder, is it true? Is it true? And so you got these guys that are pissed off that their women don't have a sideways vagina.
What would that even, like, what purpose would it serve? How could it benefit me?
It would still feel the same. Come on. She just can't wipe front to back. Is anybody still listening? Or did we lose everybody? We lost everybody on that one. This was going to come out on the podcast.
You see anybody over there?
This is going to come out on the podcast.
Check and see if we got anybody following us.
I had to. It's just me. I'm sorry, everybody. We lost you. Definitely hitting y'all up. This is crazy.
Everybody's gone.
This is a good time. This is a great time.
I think this whole thing is kind of a little interesting. You know, it doesn't flip. I got to like manually, like I'm talking now, so I flip it over to me.
But when I do that, and I'm like, it's cool. I mean, I like that. So I can focus on me.
And then we go on the Pelon and Chubby show right there.
And then on the banner. Yeah.
Is the show there?
Yeah, it will.
What's the delay? There it is.
God, you can't have instant.
No, I'm just wondering. Now, you know I can speed that up. Where it changes in between?
Yeah.
Like right now it's on a delay. Okay. So it changes slow.
Yeah.
So it's not real abrupt. But I can do it where it's super fast.
No, I don't want that. Even that fading.
See, now it's going to you because you're talking.
It's not doing it because I'm talking, is it? Really?
It goes through you're talking and finds your face.
Oh, so
if I do anything or I start talking, then supposedly it's supposed to transfer to me. Hello? See?
Wow. So if we're from New York or Boston, we're going to get it this way, my friend. Or Italians, we like this, my friend.
It'd be like a game of video ping pong.
It's like people be like,
"What's going on,
Mevo? How do you do it?"
I like the show, but I'm getting dizzy.
Yes, yes. Woo, Lord have mercy on our souls.
I think we're beyond that.
We need more.
It's like asking for permission or asking for forgiveness.
Yeah, you don't. You don't.
I think it's beyond that.
Yeah. What was it? A conversation about funerals and then paying your respects.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so the whole industry is created to extrapolate money. He goes, because, going to the burial ground and to pay your respects isn't in the Bible. Yeah, you buried them. And then, or you put them in a mausoleum or whatever, but going there buying flowers and revisiting it, remembering them while they're living, but honoring while they're dead.
I think it's along the lines of holidays.
Well, the holidays, and I'm just trying to figure out how that ritual and most of the pagan holidays,
right.
But the whole practice, he was like, it's not in the Bible that we should be paying honor to people that are dead.
Well, where does the Easter eggs in Easter come in?
Well, he risen. Christ rose from the dead. I was like, right. So the only person that we're paying homage to is the one.
No, but Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Easter bunny.
Easter bunny. Yeah, no, it's a pagan thing that was just created.
And then.
But the whole funeral industry.
Christmas tree.
Slow down. The funeral industry is a farce, but there's so many things that happen. Yes, you have to prepare the body for internment.
Going back to the mummy days.
Back to the mummy days.
Right, okay.
But the headstones, the caskets, and all the whole pageantry and everything. Pageantry.
It almost is like the more money you spend on this whole sham, the more you cared about the person that
supposedly.
died.
And so that industry is just
and that's what they're selling.
Made up.
If you don't spend a certain amount of money, you don't pick out the right shit, you really didn't give a fuck.
It's like, okay, can you bury them this way instead of this way?
Right. Which is okay.
Taking up too much land.
Which is okay because they're gone, so they're not going to know how little you cared about them.
Right. Hello.
So what do we care?
Yeah,
why are we trying to? Who are we trying to?
Who impress?
The groundskeepers at the fucking cemetery.
He's mad. He's got to go out there and clean out the grout and
all the people that show up
and the marble headstone that you put up there with the name etched in cursive font. He's got to clean that out. No. No.
I don't know. I think there's a certain thing that where the person had their preference on what they wanted in life, like after they're gone. If they came to you and they're like, hey, I want to be buried and have, whatever. Okay.
Put me in a pine box.
And then some people are like, hey, just go ahead and cremate me. I'm good with it.
Right.
So I think that's okay. If they tell you wishes. Like what they want, then I think it's okay.
You come to a grips with that.
But we're so caught up in how do we look to other people though? Are we gonna look shitty? This is all the stuff that they're thinking but not saying. Are we gonna look like shitty if our family shows up, our distant relatives show up, and we didn't throw them a proper funeral? We didn't put on a good show. Is it gonna be
no, that's horrible.
Is that gonna be a problem? Why do we even care about that? Why does it even matter?
It's interesting to say the least because, again, that's a whole made-up industry that...
as corny as Jim Gaffigan is.
I love that dude, man.
I really enjoy, the self-narrating that he does. And I think it's nice. I think it's a cool thing. I don't mind it. I like it. This guy's crazy.
This guy's crazy. I can't trust him anymore.
Hey, whatever happened to Super Retardo Mitch Fatal? Have you ever heard any? I haven't seen him in
I haven't seen him forever. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I'll have to check that out.
What's up, Daniel?
Daniel
Salas.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I didn't see him because I was in my watch party. So.
Yeah, we were just talking about Dad's funeral and stuff not too long ago. December. We just had Father's Day. Went out to, and then because of my two kids running like cuckoos, stepping on everybody's grave. And is there a thing like you're not supposed to do that?
Oh, that's sacrilegious. Oh my God, that's so.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Get
know
out
the
of
rules.
here.
So I got my kids running around the cemetery and people looking like, can you control those things? So we're over there and couldn't stay for very long. Left some flowers, but it was that was the first Father's Day without my dad being here. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of interesting, But I thought about that whole thing and when it all went down, and we all kind of had like a game plan before it happened because we knew it was going to happen.
Right.
But then we just abandoned that game plan.
Yeah.
And then it turned into more of like, how do we make sure that we look a certain way when this all goes down, so we don't look, so we look respectable.
Right.
And why do we care so much about that? What does it matter? Why can't we just tell people, hey, we really don't give a shit what you think about us, know? But
we want to see our names in bold.
But we got to do all this stuff that we
45
think
degree
that this
angle,
person's gonna want.
Salas.
So I don't know, man. Maybe that's just why I just stay in this little cave here, and why I just do what I do.
They're gonna not know you if you're not talking and you're slumped over, you're not snoring. They're gonna be like, get a stick, and it's like, is he done yet? I seal this motherfucker up. They're gonna close the door and cement it shut. This is your mausoleum right here.
I'm to the point where I don't go out anymore. I got the kegerator here. We do our show.
We haven't had a good rant because you don't go out and interact with the public anymore.
I don't, and I feel good about it.
You fucking idiot.
You know what, though? I know, I should record one time and play it here on the show, my drive to work every day. Commuting 35, 40 minutes to work.
No, we got the Rick Takes On
segments. Oh, my God.
That you
if
totally
anybody,
missed out on.
I don't know how I haven't suffered a massive heart attack by now. Or just driving to work.
Or an aneurysm.
Right. Either that or just like murdering somebody on the road in a Prius.
In a Prius. Those Prius get you?
You know what? Every altercation that I have on the road it's almost like somebody losing their life is a Prius.
Wow. That sucks.
And it's either a Prius like trying to do 90 on the freeway and on my bumper, or a Prius doing 35 that I know my rights. I can drive in this lane as fast as I want.
And they've got that coexist sticker on that motherfucker too. Right.
And then tolerance is
coexist this. Get her out of the way.
Look, stupid.
What is that all
You are
about
free
anyway?
to do whatever you want with your miserable life.
And you can pick a better vehicle, though.
And I know you have nowhere important to be.
Prius.
But do it in that lane over there. The lane on the far right is for stupids. We should put a sign over the top that says this lane is reserved for stupids and Priusists that want to observe their rights to drive as slow as they want to. Fine. I don't have an issue. Just don't affect my life.
There it is. Don't
hinder my existence. Don't stop me from living my life in regular speed. That I don't want to be in slow motion with you in your Prius, your stupid Prius.
Shootouts in La Jolla. Some crazy popped off.
They had a party.
Yeah.
And apparently a few black people found their way to it.
Nope.
Mexicans?
Nah.
White kids trying to be black?
Something. It popped off.
Gangster rap, white kids?
Popped off. Old B-Rab.
Listen.
Old B-Rab's in the house.
Little baby, come over here for a minute. Let me holler at you.
Let me talk to you for a second, my brother.
Let's go to the back room over there. Yeah, I don't think so. Bap, 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 bap. Bitch, what you think now?
How you feeling now? Hop around on that leg wound.
You think 15 minutes with me in the back room would have been better than bap, bap, bap?
Oh, Lordy. What else is going on?
Is that how that went down? What you think?
I think
is that what you heard?
That's what I heard.
Can you holler at a neighbor?
I can holler at my neighbor. So really, really, really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Not so much on current events. I mean, It's just
Does it matter?
It's a crazy world out
Does
there.
it really matter?
Dude, they shut off or they blocked parts of the Democratic debates this evening.
Really?
They quoted technical difficulties and they just shut it up and interrupted it.
So what was the story with all the Republicans scattering themselves all across the country and cannot be found to vote?
Cannot be vote. You can't vote. Can't find you. Don't know where you're at.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that's smart.
That is very smart.
They have reached new. What do you call it?
Oh, I like it. I like it. And then some of them are actually going on CNN to do town halls.
Well, they're going back to that.
I mean,
Like it really matters what the people think.
They're trying to grassroot this, and no, it
Right.
don't matter what the children think.
Look, they've already showed you people that even if you vote a certain way, that they're gonna and they're gonna make whoever they want.
Electoral college.
Keep on thinking your vote matters, and they're gonna keep on doing what they do.
But Mexicans and illegals can vote. No, they can't. Yeah, they can. No, they can't. Yeah, they can.
Depends who you're asking.
Or depending on what state you're in.
Ask Hillary.
Ask Hillary.
Ask the bus drivers that she hired to ship all them voters to vote.
Bring them on in. We'll get them on, my friend. The ones that saved you, you better vote for the win.
You know
But
what?
not the
It's just
popular
such a
vote.
farce, man.
Electoral college. And so it's a storyline.
Just know you don't matter.
It's a storyline.
Right.
We got hashtags Me Too.
Right.
We got
Whatever happened with
BL.
the Me Too? Don't ask, don't tell.
Well, all of a
It
sudden,
worked into that.
that didn't work too well either. No, it's I mean, when the dirt came out on the lead chick in there for her and her little,
What? They found out that it was all a sham?
well, not that it was a sham, but she was involved with an underage boy.
Snaps.
Snap.
Did they plant that or was it for real?
For real.
Wow.
But so you're not so high and mighty.
So you, me too, and then him too.
You him too.
How old was he? This is getting juicy.
17, I think it was 17 at the time.
And she.
She was 30. Oh, she's old. She's moldy.
And then how did it happen? Like, was it a family friend?
Nah, it was a work situation. He was like a page. Page out of the storybook. Just a story. And it just things. There are stories, man.
Wow.
They keep us separated. They keep us interested. They keep us united. Now we're dropping bombs on Iran. What up?
Are we?
Well, no.
It's coming though.
I don't know. Iran.
But you know what I hear a lot of times?
They say China and Russia's like just watching,
Right.
seeing what we'll do.
So here's what I hear.
What you gonna do?
A lot of the stories that we hear, there's very little truth to it.
Oh,
Like
man.
when you hear from the people in Iran, that it's a whole different story.
We never shot down a drone.
So what is
What drone? What are you talking about?
So what? Like it's weird. Like, can you get the real story? Like, who will tell us the real story?
BBC used to
What-
be.
what
BBC
is-
used to be my truth. My
Right.
BBC used to be my truth, but no, they're tampered with.
What's the real story to what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. How do we invoke freedom of speech, but then we try to silence people, or they use it as protection, so they weaponize freedom of speech?
I was watching this show on TV that was in Afghanistan, and there was a general of some horse-mounted army, and they joined forces with our elite forces, and they were was it 12 something?
Okay,
You remember the movie? 12. It's called 12 Strong or some shit.
never heard it.
Anyway,
So it's based off a true story about those guys and everything.
and they were off the record. 12 guys from our government, from our military, that were dropped in Afghanistan. They worked along with a homegrown Afghanistan general, Afghani general, with a horse mounted. Anyway, they go through and they go do all that, but it makes you wonder what's really going on. You watch a story like that, and you're like, are these people really as bad as what we're portraying them to be? You know, and who's really suffering, and what's really going on?
Well, I mean, there's an inkling of truth to it because the brutality, the life, and the killing and stuff like that is happening. It's not on such a grander scale. I mean, we got 2 more people who died in was it not Venezuela? Was it Venezuela? Or nothing. I mean, there's just so much going on in the world. It's like 2 lives. People die every day. Why are we making this? Oh, because it's because they're not they're not supporting any other type of assistance or no aid. So he's a monster letting these things happen. It's like, no, people die every day. But it catches that news and that engine, that machine starts churning out stories and try to get your honest opinion on these
What
things.
is real and what isn't? Why are we privy to certain information and not others? Like, is it by design?
That's a wicked design.
Right.
I mean, they could go ahead and drop the A-bomb and say, hey, aliens existed.
Why would we not believe certain things? Like, if we were to say that is, somebody's trying
Someone's controlling the information.
Right.
Someone's controlling information.
Why don't
but
we
then we
believe
have
that?
Then we have WikiLeaks and we have these other things that
guy just
also just
where's he?
Let's see. He's coming
They
to
caught
trial.
him, right?
Yeah, no, they extradited him.
But we haven't heard nothing.
He was being protected. He's got to come now stand trial.
We haven't heard anything.
And they keep throwing more indictments at him.
Right.
Just the process. Our system's broken as shit, dude. It's broken it's ridiculous.
So this guy is being charged with exposing the fucking
So they made
issues
new
of the
legislation saying you can't do that.
world. Of course. You can't tell the truth.
You can't tell the truth. You can't
I swear to tell
depending on how you got it. You stole it from them.
I swear to tell the truth.
I stole
As long
from
as
you.
it doesn't hurt any.
I stole from you. Let it go.
How did it? You know what? If it happened, you should be able to talk about it.
It's okay. What? I mean, we're not in the Cold War anymore. We're not doing that, but we still have secret sixes and secret societies and deep state this and all. Why? Because there's an agenda. Everybody has an agenda. The powers that be are working against something else, doing that other thing. And it just only avails itself when it's beneficial for one or the other group. Because if the Chinese people
we're getting back on the Chinese.
If the Chinese people are really suffering because of that dictator and they're not eating or they don't have the food or whatever like that, but they have the largest military and the only other opposition to us, and then they have population, they have death slighted, almost genocidal type of death with no system of recovery.
Which I wish they would adopt here.
But at the same time, that's them. That's on them. It's not a humanitarian thing. That's the way they run their country. Japan.
Can we wipe out like a third of our population here? Is that too much to ask?
Play Thanos and snap everything. Half of mankind.
If
half
your
of all.
IQ is below a certain,
Oh my God.
a certain number,
If you have a certain DNA strain,
can we eliminate you?
So then you have to think about that.
Can we oven you?
That's what, like the powers that be, and why
Jews don't
white
like
people
that joke.
why people don't like white. People think that's their master race is because they are the minority that they're being abolished with the negative genes and the crossbreeding and all that stuff like that. The purists are out there really afraid that they're going to get wiped out, man, because of what? They're going to lose control. They're going to lose power. Their knowledge is going to slip away. Their culture is going to die out. What's the problem?
I believe in the old school thing, and like if your race gets eliminated, what was supposed to happen?
What was supposed to happen? I mean,
The
natural selection.
conquer.
The conquer, right. But here's the thing. It's impossible.
Why?
Impossible.
Well, it is. It is. It's stupid.
It is stupid.
But I'm really for it. I might start a little movement on the IQ thing.
The IQ thing?
If you're below a certain IQ, fucker.
Okay, but which Bell scale are you going to use? Because
I don't know. We'll create one. We'll make one. We'll make one.
How many fingers am I holding
A
up?
sliding scale, of course.
You hesitated. If you have to think about how many fingers you see me holding up, Did you want the correct answer? Bam! You thought about it too long, man. You delayed. You delayed.
You know,
now you're dead.
Really, or we could just go with what do you produce? What do you add to this world?
Oh,
what purpose do you serve?
Wow! So
Let's
there
see.
you go. Oh my God! No.
What can you show me that makes you worth keeping around?
That would be even worse. That would
Let's
be
see.
worse than just
You're
lining
taking.
them up.
You're taking. What are you giving? Nothing.
Let's see.
Zip.
You're taking up my carbon.
Take
all my
this one.
oxygen. You're not putting too
Take
much
this
carbon.
one.
You're out here.
Take
Next,
this one.
Next.
Take this one.
Do you breathe through your nose or your mouth? Oh, no, gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Are you a mouth breather? Oh, gotta go.
Yeah. What do you add to this society?
Holy snap crap. Tola
Nothing.
hour.
Next.
Oh my gosh.
Oven.
So we oftentimes get on a
Oven.
tangent. Oven. Stop it. Back of the oven for you. Back of the bus for you, my brother. So, hey, you know what? We fought from that back of the bus thing, and that's where we usually hang out when we get on the damn bus. All the
Right.
brothers go straight to the back.
Straight to the back.
Straight to
because
the
you
back.
have a choice now.
You have a choice, but I'm going to the back.
Right.
The best seat is in the back. That big old bench seat, baby. You ain't got to worry about that little hump seat. Your legs are all crunched up. You're not hitting the back seat of the front car, the seat in front of you.
But only if you don't tell me to go to the back. I'm going to go to the back. Once you tell me to go to the back, I ain't going to the back.
Fearful of my life getting back there. Oh my God. So thought-provoking conversations like this each week on the Pelon and Chubby show.
This is the Pelon and Chubby show every Wednesday. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll be here next Wednesday. Tell all your friends to tune in because this is how we're going to make this spread worldwide.
Right?
We're seen in 9 different countries. We want to be in every
Single.
state, in every house.
Wherever there's a pulse,
Right.
we want to be there.
Right. We want to do it worldwide. This is how we're working right now. So every Wednesday night, tell your friends to tune in. 8 o'clock every Wednesday. CP time, of course, because we can't help it. Things just happen. Life happens.
Life gets in the way.
We are the Pelon and Chubby Show. That's Chubby. I'm Pelon. See ya.
Good night, everybody.